Okay, you guys, so as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, continuing my little series I started last month where I'm looking back at some news and leaks that I covered earlier this year, and with the information we now have through interviews and Instagram DMs over the last close to a year now, I'm piecing the puzzles together here a little bit, and we have some updates on some of these news and rumors and leaks here. So these were posted by TF Prime Forever on his Instagram page months ago. I think this was like March. This was during MegaCon, and he also sent me some personal info that I'll probably cover in a second video because there's a lot of information here that I can't get through in one video. It'll be like a freaking 40-minute video. But here, let's cover this first thing here. There's 3 pieces of info in this first page here. So number 1, it says, transit is something they want to make, but weren't sure of the size. I said leader, and he agreed, and he's talking about Evan, who agreed with him. So I don't think it's surprising that we're potentially getting in transit in the next few years. I think leader class would be best. I think as a bus, if you want it to scale in vehicle mode, Commander class would probably be the best option, but at that point, they would really have to mess with scale, and I don't know how many people would want to pay $100 transit figure at this point, unless if it's a masterpiece third-party figure. So I don't. He's probably just going to be a leader class if we're being real. When this guy could release, I don't know. We haven't had updates on this specific topic here, even though it has been asked and they've been like, yeah, we would want to do transit at some point. Basically the same answer as what was given here back during MegaCon this year. And, I think maybe 2028 or 2029 at the earliest I could see a leader class transit. He is somebody that they could easily do in the concept art subline. He's been really hyped up in the Transformers fandom the last couple of years. So I think it's a matter of when and not if that we get a transit. And the second thing here is Shattered Glass reissues are a subject that they typically bring up. I mentioned wanting to see Starscream, Jetfire and Sideswipe, and Rodimus. Good picks, TFP. I think Shattered Glass is frankly underrated, and we need more faithful updates, especially with all the stuff that we've been getting the last couple of years that could be repaints of these characters, which goes into the third piece of information TFP posted. So he says here, they haven't considered making Shattered Glass, Goldbug, and Screamer from the Cybertron figures until I mentioned the idea to him on Friday. Bro, come on, Hasbro. This is a no-brainer. This is an easy repaint, easy money, saving you guys money for production costs for releasing stuff whatever year they decide to potentially do these. Like, come on. Y'all should have thought of this a year and a half ago when these figures first got revealed. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I don't know, man. I hope that since this is something the fandom really wants, they push to get this out there, I don't know, maybe in the next couple years, with the Shattered Glass, Goldbug, and Starscream actually from the Cybertron molds. Cause bro, I'm looking at eBay. I was actually contemplating getting those original BotCon Shattered Glass figures from like 20 years ago now. Oh my god. It's crazy saying that. Time flies so fast, bro. I was a little kid when these figures came out. Now I'm an adult, and this was 20 freaking years ago. But anyway, I was looking on eBay to potentially get some of these figures at some point. And I'm like, bro, this is like a down payment on an apartment nowadays to get these figures. Are you freaking kidding me? Just for that Autobot pack with like Jazz and Optimus and Goldbug, you're paying like $2,000 something on eBay. Absolutely ridiculous. And even if I had that kind of money, that would be a tough pill to swallow, man. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I really hope they redo these Shattered Glass characters, because I've said this before, I think, in previous videos, but dude, G1ifying Shattered Glass earlier in this decade, a few years ago, was one of the dumbest and ugliest decisions Hasbro's ever made. Sure, it's cool that they got these characters out there that are way cheaper than the original BotCon figures, but bro, seeing them ruin the designs and make them G1ified like that was pretty terrible. Outside of Flame War and Slicer. Those were two good releases. I have those, but everything else was so mid-looking, dude. But yeah, so hopefully we start seeing more faithful Shattered Glass stuff in the next couple years. That'd be nice. And why not reissue the G1ified versions for people who prefer those? Because I'm sure there are people out there who prefer those designs to the originals, which is fine. We all have our opinions. And the last couple pieces of info TFP Forever posted here that I want to go over here is all Devastation figures will be clear free because the windows will be the only thing cell shaded. So yeah, we've been seeing this happening throughout the year with the multi-packs, the Optimus, the newly revealed Bumblebee that I covered a couple of days ago here on the channel. So this came true. Pretty cool. I do like that they're doing that because obviously clear plastic is way weaker than solid plastic. So I do like this decision. It makes for more solid figures, and in my opinion, it makes for better looking figures because with the clear plastic in vehicle mode, it looks so ugly because you could just see all the robot mode junk hanging inside of there, and it just looks ugly in car mode. I would understand if they did the clear plastic and they made it look like an actual interior of an Earth mode car, but they virtually almost never do nowadays. They used to back in the day more so, but nowadays, hell no. So yeah, I do like this decision, and I'm glad that they stuck to it. It also says here the 2-pack figures will be clear free. So yeah, that came true as well. That's nice. Number 3 here, they want to continue making more of the con generics. I'm assuming he's talking about the Devastation game. So yeah, I'm all for that. More Devastation stuff. I do really like the game and all that, so seeing more Devastation, especially for army builders, because I do think Hasbro kind of overlooks army builders at times. It's gotten better the last couple years, like with the G-Axis army and the sweeps and the auto troopers and game generics and stuff like that. So hopefully they just keep going with these generics and army builders because there's a lot they could do with Transformers that are actually really cool and fun. Last thing here is the tank guy will get a new head and the hammer, but will not be bigger because Evan said it will scale with the Deluxe Prime. So yeah, that makes sense. It seems like they're kind of doing their own scale with Devastation while simultaneously doing the regular Generations scale in case if you want to mix and match certain characters with the Devastation subline. So that is cool to hear, and I would really like to just see more video game stuff, especially new molds that isn't just G1 repaints for Devastation. Give me stuff from the movie games. Give me stuff from Armada, which they've talked about doing at some point. Give me stuff from the Cybertron games, obviously. Like, dude, there's so much potential they could tap into with the Gamer Edition subline and Studio Series, and it seems like it's starting to take a back seat next year and possibly in 2027 as well for the comic subline they're introducing. So I don't know the future of this Devastation stuff that Evan talked about doing and other Gamer Edition releases, but we're going to have to wait and see. I just really want more gamer stuff made. But yeah, some interesting developments here in terms of stuff that happened and came true, and stuff that we kind of have more context on in terms of, yes, they're probably going to do these characters at some point, but probably push back a few years because of the comic subline, and also because of some other things in terms of characters that they're making, you know, the Beast Wars 30th anniversary, the 40th anniversary for the movie next year. So I'm sure the Shattered Glass stuff in transit, it's going to be a couple years, probably 2027, 2028 at the earliest, I'd say, but that's being generous. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. How do y'all feel about this piece of information TF Prime Forever got from Evan over at MegaCon earlier this year? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!